Hello, Internet. The time has finally come. But bienvenidos a las todos and welcome everyone to Los Lobos de la Lucha, your weekly CMLL post show here at BC Wrestle Pod. I'm so excited. I've been waiting all summer for this episode, and it is finally here. We are here to talk about the CMLL Men's World Grand Prix. Of course, my name is Mikey. I am El Jefe of BC Wrestle Pod. Joining me tonight, as always, is my oh wait, never mind. Just kidding. Dang, Will, I'm sorry. But you no, hopefully he'll be back in shortly. But joining me normally is my right hand man, the Grand Master of all things Lucha Libre, and apparently I had said something to make him vamp. I'm sorry. No, I'm just kidding. But Papa also is in the building as always. But you might be wondering to yourself, who is this third person on the screen? You might be wondering. Well, I am happy to say that he is my AEW counterpart, my compadre in all things AEW. And decided to be like, hey, so what are you doing at 11 p.m. Eastern on a random Wednesday? Do you want to do a collab with the CMLL show since some of the AEW stars are involved in the Grand Prix? And he said yes. So of course, Mr. Bear Dito is in the building, also known as Benny to those of you at the BC Internet. But Ben, welcome, my friend. And I know it's late, so I appreciate you being here.
Glad to be here. Dynamite just ended, so got plenty of energy to burn off. Let's do this thing. Let's rock and roll.
Absolutely. So the three of us are going to be covering the Friday, August 1st edition of Viernes Espectacular, which is the Friday edition of the CMLL shows, which, if y'all forgot, CMLL has three different shows that air on different days. But the Friday one is their main and big show that they have. It start off the weekend right, and that's where a lot of the things go down on Fridays, anyways, that matter in the context of CMLL storytelling here. So I'm excited. I don't want to waste nobody's time. Y'all already know the intro bits that we have. We stream every single week. We have social media, we have merchandise, and we have a little coffee bot to help us pay for pay-per-views, which will be popping up shortly. All right, let's get into this. So, the men's Grand Prix is going to be the beans and potatoes of our discussion tonight, but we did have a bit of a undercard leading into that. So let's just jump in to kick things off. So kicking off the night proper for the men's world Grand Prix, we had a special match, Mexico versus Japón, in a relámpago match. So representing CMLL, we had Ray Pegasus, who of course, as Will and I will know, is one of our Escuela boys, or one of the boys that competed in the Escuela tournament earlier this year. And he would be taking on the Japón, or Japan representative, who is also training in CMLL full time, and Mr. Shoma Kato. Now, CMLL, I love you dearly. I truly, truly do. I'm only going to say this because I love you. The picture of Shoma here versus what we got needs to be updated, because that version that we saw of him on this episode, that's what I want to see the whole entire time, because I like that look for Shoma. So, but anyways, I really love this opener match. And again, CMLL has been doing a lot of Relampago matches. So for those of you who don't know, Relampago matches now they can go one of two ways now. They can go the regular one-on-one 10-minute time limit. First to pinfall or submit picks up the victory. Or like they've been doing for the last 2 months, they're doing tag team Relampagos where it is 2-on-2, 15-minute time limit, but same thing. First team to pin or submit their opponent is the winner. So, of course, this episode had, well, both actually, and we'll get into the tag team one a little bit later. So, Papa, also, I'm going to throw it to you first. Of course, like we always say here at CMLL, the opening match is going to help carry that energy into the rest of the night. And boy, howdy, this crowd was already on fire. But Papa Oso, how did you feel about our opening bout in between these two?
But the funny thing about this particular evening is that I think the audience is already hyped because of the event that it is, more so than the matches themselves. Even though this was a great match, it was a great opener. I thought it set us up pretty well. Shoma Kato, I'm not familiar with him, and again, you know me. When I see a new person, I get excited because I get to see what they're all about. And of course, Ray Pegasus, we know from the Escuela Boys. And the one thing I love about CMLL, and I have mentioned this on many a podcasts or streams, is that the opening match always sets us up for what's to come. And I have not watched a single CMLL that the opening match was disappointing. Even the ones that we would consider disappointing were not disappointing. And I think it helped with the audience being so vocal and so high energy that, because we all know what's coming. We know what we're here for. I mean, honestly, these are just sort of appetizers that we're getting. And I thought it was a decent match. I really enjoyed it. The Shoma Kato, I really kind of like his style.
I do too. And from what I was able to figure out, I know he's been training a lot with Okumura and Utani as well. We're going to talk about a little bit because we're going to talk about them in a little bit.
Wait, did you say he's training with Utani?
So Okumura and Utani, at least from what I have found, have kind of been the ones.
And Okumura?
Because.
Oh shit.
So, well, I think the primary is Okumura because he is that the Japan to Mexico pipeline, like a couple other people on this roster are. But of course, Utani is also helping in the sense of, because again, if we're talking about like Lucha Libre and not being of, Mexican or Latin heritage, Utani is a perfect success story because remember, he was a soccer player at first in Mexico, right, and then he turned to Lucha Libre. So I was just like, it works out.
No, I think that's great. I didn't know that, and I think that's amazing.
Oh, 100%.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Betty, same question to you, and I know from your perspective, I would like to hear what you thought about our opening bout.
All right. So, full disclosure here, this may not have been my first CMLL show in a long ass time, right? So I was hyped for it, and right out the gate, they established their roles. So like Kato, Shoma Kato, I was already booing him like as soon as the bell rang, pretty much, and Ray Pegasus, like, man, that reverse armbar thing that he did at the end there was I don't think I've ever seen that like that hit like that. So like that was really cool. And then like at another point, like he did this like during his hope spot, like he essentially did like a tilt-a-whirl backbreaker, and then like did a escalada like into like a double Frankensteiner, right? Or into a head scissors, right? And I was like, son of a this guy's amazing. I love this guy. Like right off the bat, I was like, yes, sign me up.
It's always fun too, and the reason that we call Ray Pegasus one of the Escuela boys is that. So I mean, Betty, as you know, CMLL has lots of tournaments, lots of them. They have lots of tournaments, and one of them that I always look forward to every year is the Escuela tournament. So, as the name suggests, you have students who are training in the different wrestling schools across Mexico compete in this tournament. and the rules always change. Sometimes it's a multi-person match. This year it was a regular formatted like single elimination style, and then the remaining folks went into tag team elimination and then one-on-one for the finals. It was a great time. But Ray Pegasus was one of the Escuela boys to make it very far in the tournament. So it's always fun to watch the wrestling schools. And they even tell us who on the CML roster is their teacher who's at the school teaching these kids how to do these things. But the cool thing is after the tournament, a lot of them end up getting stick around, and they have been being put on these opening matches for CMLL on Fridays. So it's been really fun to see that too. But anyways, Ray Pegasus does pick up the victory here, and this would kick off, well, what we're about to see in the main event. Tonight was Team Mexico all the way. Doesn't matter who. But let's continue on, though, because I got things to talk about with this one. So, to set this up, in this tag team match, of course, Papa, also, when we talked about this in preview to the Grand Prix on last week's episode, like, I had questions about how we were teaming people up, because normally we look at Utani and Flip Gordon. Flip Gordon is usually the Técnico. He's the baby face, and so he's the good guy most of the time. And so I'm like, I wonder how him and Utani are going to work out. And the same thing with Valiente Jr. and Defunto, because Defunto, our lovable wrestling zombie of Galeon Fantasma, is Rudo. I don't know. I kind of like Flip Gordon being a bad guy, like, at least for this match. It was kind of interesting to see that different side of him. But anyways, to set this up, we had Utani and Flip Gordon taking on Defunto and Valiente Jr. The crowd was so behind Defunto. I'd love to see it. A wrestling zombie, our 2026, King of the Underground tournament winner for Dias de los Muertos was fantastic in this.
Yep. I love this because and to piggyback on what you were talking about, I love this because they in Lucha Libre, yeah, you're a Técnico or you're a Rudo, but sometimes you're both. Or, sometimes you're one night and the other one the other night. So they're very familiar with the flip-flop. But I think it's really neat to watch because we do know Flip Gordon as a Técnico. I mean, that's for the most part. I don't think I've ever seen him play the Rudo part ever. So this was really cool for me because I like watching, as a theater professor, I like watching opposites happen. I like watching them switch characters, or at least intent. And so it was really, really refreshing to kind of see Flip Gordon flip to the other side, and as well as on the other team as well. It was really neat to watch. It's because especially, and I'm going to use Flip Gordon as the main example here because Flip Gordon is very, very specific. I mean, him the minute you see him, you're like, that's Flip Gordon. The minute you see, if you didn't know who he was and he was wrestling, you'd be like, that's Flip Gordon, and it was so neat to watch him change up what he would normally do. So I love this. This whole match was like a masterclass in acting, and I loved it. It was so fun. And I love Defunto. My God, I love Defunto. It's just crazy son of a bitch, and I love him.
So I'm not the most technical term person, right? But when Defunto just goes through the ropes and over said ropes, I was just like, I don't know how we do this every single time.
Mm-mm.
Also, I always question, I'm like, and how are you the only member of Galeon Fantasma who never gets hurt in the stunts you do too? Because we had Zandokan out for a little bit, and then the other members have been out for a little bit, like sparingly too. I'm like, I don't know, it must be because you're a zombie. I don't know. You're already dead, so who knows?
And of course, I always love watching Utami. My God, he is so good.
your breakout wrestler from last year when we did
Yep.
the end of the year awards.
Yeah, he's so good. I mean, he's up there for me. I mean, he's like my number one. I mean, other than my baby daddy, but
we're gonna talk about your baby daddy in a little
bit. But Utani is like, man, I remember when he first hit the scene. Well, that for me anyway. I was just like, holy shit, who is this guy? I fell in love with him immediately. I was just like, holy goodness, he's so good. I just love watching him work. It's amazing.
Yeah, and like I said, going from soccer player to Lucha Libre is definitely a career change, but I'm so happy that he's stuck with it because he's a great addition to the roster. But Betty, same question to you. How did you feel about this match, and what are some insights that you would like to give us?
Yeah, I'd like to follow up on that. Utani really surprised me as well. Like when he first came out, I was like, "Who's this guy?" And hubba hubba, but like like
No, yeah,
and like was it Defunto, right? Like, I'm sorry, I haven't seen it. I haven't said it out loud yet. I'm sorry. But man, he's got that. Like instantly, I was like, "That's my guy." Like, looking like Eddie from Iron Maiden over here. Like it's just, oh man. But like Flip Gordon, I haven't seen in ages, probably for good reason. But I've always liked I always liked him in ring, so it was refreshing to see him. This match ruled, man. Like I don't know what else to say, but this match just friggin' ruled. Like, and this crowd was just eating it all up. Like they were so into all of this.
it is fantastic. Also, I'm going to put this disclaimer out there because it is the three of us. And if anybody who has been watching us long enough, anyone who's been watching long enough already knows about the three of us. But to get ready because we're about to drools over people when we get to our main event. So deal with it. Anyways. So it's going to be fun. But no, this was so much fun.
I'm sorry. I have one more thing, if you don't mind.
For it.
And you're probably going to talk about. You probably already mentioned it, but well, you did. But I guess you both did. Is the crowd? The crowd, and again, it's probably because they know what's coming, and that's why they're so excitable. But one of the things that I have truly noticed difference between American style wrestling and like CMLL and the sort of Latin or Lucha style is the crowds, man. The energy in the crowd is so much different, and it really pulls you in. And it's one of the things I love about Lucha Libre is that the crowd, man, if they love you, they love you. If they hate you, they hate you. And but the energy never falls. It's you go and you watch, and I've been to like TNA and things like that, and the audience has its ebbs and flows. CMLL is it's like tidal wave. That's the whole like tsunami happening around that thing, like constantly. And it's so neat. It's what I always say. It's what I want to go and watch a freaking match in Mexico, just so I can experience that crowd.
Right.
Just that energy that they bring into it, and it enhances the matches. Because we see other matches, on our regular CMLL, where the crowd is like, "Yeah, we're here for you," but it's not the level's not as high, and you could feel it in the match as well. Like the wrestlers they feed off of it, and so when it kind of ebbs, or you could feel it. But I think it was this one. Like I said, the crowd was eating it up. and the wrestlers were just
No,
feeding.
Oh, absolutely. And Benny can also attest to this too because of the other international promotions that him and I covered together. The international crowds just like are so more refreshing. Like it's always fun to watch international promotions or shows in other countries outside of the US because the crowds just get it, man. Like they always end up being the best fans ever, which is really fantastic. But yeah, this
it's like you know,
go ahead.
it's almost like it's almost like for people in other countries, like it's like a night out, like you know, sometimes here in the States we're like, okay, entertain me, monkey. Like like maybe not that way, but like it's sort of like you have to do a lot to get us up. Where everybody else is just like, yay, we're glad to be here.
And a lot of, and this is just me talking about audiences for the most part. And, and I've been to many different wrestling events here in the States. The audience in American wrestling, it's all for show. Like a lot of times. I remember when I go to TNA Genesis and I'm sitting there, I am like just like crazy. But the people around me are not, unless the camera's on them. Then they're crazy. And then, but you look at CMLL, they're crazy all the damn time. And that's what I love about it. It's just like I wish American audiences were more like that, and it was more of like we're here for the spirit of the event and not just. Hopefully, they'll see me on the tube. Or I get to touch a sweaty wrestler that I love. It's that sort of thing.
Yeah, exactly.
More so than the love of the love of the sport. I'm going to call it a sport, but and I think that's really interesting. That juxtaposition between the two.
I love
That's
this conversation. I love this conversation. I love it. But no, this is why we're doing this show because it's amazing. But to kind of wrap this up, we have Difunto and Valiente Jr. Going over Flip Gordon and wait, do I have that right? Yes, I do. Never mind, just kidding. Yeah, I do. Great match all the way through. Me and my notes that I spilt milk on today. Will's laughing over there because Papaosa's laughing over there because it happened to me last year, but it's dead with water. Anyways, let's keep this going. So we get into our next match, which is the second Relampoco match of the evening, but in the tag team edition of everything. So we have our Amazonas action because there's a lot of things going on, and I don't know. I'm going to jump the gun on this a little bit, but because of how much Persephone and Tessa are still in orbit of each other, I was just like, something's got to go down at Anniversario coming up here shortly, because I was like, we already had a championship match, but they're still in each other's orbit, so we're going to see if we get something else. But in a tag team Relampoco match, of course, we have representing the Técnico side of things, so the baby faces, which, full disclaimer, we already have gone to lengths talking about Miss Tessa Blanchard and the shenanigans of the past, but we are going to try to, you already know the drill when it comes to it, but we're still going to talk about the in-ring. So representing the Técnico side of this, we have Tessa Blanchard and, of course, our new Mexican National Women's Champion, Miss Thunder Rosa, of course, representing AEW and CMLL with her dual contract. And they took on the team of Las Rudas, which, of course, includes the Greek goddess herself and the absolute shit brick house of a woman who we love, Olympia. And, of course, who she would not be here without our CMLL Women's Champion, one of our faves. She gonna punch you in the face, she gonna throw you around, and you gonna take it and say, yes, ma'am, Miss Persephone.
Persephone and Olympia is the duo that I never knew I needed. I mean, holy shit. Also, can I say labeling Tessa Blanchard as a technico, it just makes me laugh. I mean, it literally makes me laugh.
I was like, girl, listen, we wrestling fans, we know all the tea that happened.
Yeah.
We know all the tea, and we've
bitch, we know you are not a technico.
I was like, I get it. Somebody has to. But I was just like, girl, let's be so for real. But other than that, no, for real. It's interesting because we rarely get to see Persephone and Olympia team up as often. Because
they're so good. I don't know why they haven't teamed them up before this. Have they ever done I don't think I've ever seen it.
I think they may. I want to say probably like once before, but usually anytime we see Persephone, we see her tag team bestie Zeuxis as well. But because she's in the UK doing stuff for British wrestling for a little bit, I kind of want Olympia and Zeuxis to make this a trio with Persephone. It would be really great. But
that'd be great. Holy shit! They'd be unstoppable.
Sorry, Betty. Listen, the Amazonas, anytime they're on our screen, tend to be some of our favorite stuff because this women's roster on CMLL is diverse and insane.
It is slamming. And the thing I love about these two teams is that I think even Tessa and Thunder Rosa, I think that's a great team up too. I thought the teams were very balanced. But man, I couldn't. I mean, watching Persephone and Olympia together, I was just like, I need this to be a thing. I need this to be a permanent thing. They need to, because I mean, they're both powerhouses. I mean, they're both brutal. Because I mean, we all know Olympia is like slinging bitches left and right. She just picks them up and tosses them.
I'm telling you, that's in Japan she did earlier this year has really helped out.
Yeah, and then Persephone is she's brutal, and I just love her. I love her, and so the Amazonas, they're my girls, man. Let me tell you,
as they should be.
Oh, so damn good. And Olympia, ooh.
Yeah, I was just agreeing with you. To be honest with you, like what a team, man! What a team! And like with Juicy's, like what? Like all the great goddesses, Yeah, like to be honest with you, I thought they were a team already because like they were just working so well together. So like, and I always loved Thunder. But I've been riding with that one since like ROH days. So, and it seems to really lit a fire under her. I like this a lot. I don't know if dancing is her best quality, but she I still love her though,
really quickly. I know. Thunder, I love you so dearly, hands down. Like this household stands you forever and a day. But that little dance was crunchy AF, girl. It was crunchy AF. But we love you nonetheless.
I'm newer to Thunder Rosa. I'm not. I am not as familiar with her as you guys are, but I really like her. I like her a lot. That's what I was saying. I think her and Tessa were well teamed. I felt that they were anyway. I thought they complemented each other very well.
And the crowd was definitely behind them, like because the other two did such a good job of just beating the crap out of them.
Yeah, I think I would literally shit myself if I was standing in the ring and Olympia walked in. I would literally I would just lay down. I'd be like, "Girl, you win," because you're gonna hurt me, and not in a good way.
Oh man, but again, this was really fun. And again, this was a tag team Relampogo match, so 15-minute time limit, pin submit. Thunder and Tessa win. I'm pretty sure we will be seeing some form of Persephone and Tessa at Anniversario here next month. So they've been fighting over the summer, so CMLL loves to continue those feuds. But we got one more match to talk about before we get into our Grand Prix. So let's get into this one. Okay, before I even set this up, when I got the graphics for the show, and this was the graphic that CMLL decided to use for this, I was just like, I swear to God, this looks like the makeshift of some crazy band that's about to drop the hottest album of the summer. I was like, what is happening in all of this? That, of course, with the history of the Black Tigers, Betty and I know about them, but Papa, also, we've been talking about them all summer long. The Villanos are just taking. I was just like, I don't know what happened. You know, every week they would always do it. So this is quite the cast of characters. But in our semi-main event, of course, we have a tag team match. We have Black Tiger and Black Tiger Cuatro, or 4 for those of you that speak English, taking on the Villanos, who are our resident Sergeant Peppered and the Yellow Submarine-ness of CMLL because of their outfits from time to time. But you have Hijo de Villano Tres and Villano Tres Jr. I'm like, there's too many of you Hijos and Juniors right now. We need to keep it straight. I tried doing the family tree of the Villanos, and I was just like, I'm gonna be here all day.
I was gonna say, it'll take you forever. So Hijo de Villano the third. I'm sorry, but this mask he's got on right here has got to go.
This Pepto-Bismol mask.
Well, it's the line that goes under his nose. It makes it look like his whole face is pulled back, and I'm just like,
it reminds me like
dude.
we were little kids and we put the tape
that's what it looked. That's what it feels like. I'm just like, that needs to go away. I don't mind the color, but that thing under your nose needs to go, man. It's not flattering.
There you have it. In our Hall of Fame of Luchador mass fashion advice, we have that for the Villanos, and then remember we also have Cobardes. Like every time he's on our screen for wrestling, and we have the graphic, he looked like he drew on his Snake Cholita eyebrows on his mask.
I'm like, girl.
Anyway, sorry, sidetrack.
Seriously,
this match, of course, was on the shorter side. I couldn't stop laughing with, Rocky Romero wearing the tiger mask, get up and doing the Rocky Romero Azucar stuff. I was just like, Rocky, never change.
But I was like, Black Tiger 4, hello. I was like, hello. I know who you are under that mask, but I was just like, hello, sir.
Oh, like down.
Seriously, I was like, yeah. I was like, I'm seeing you in a whole different light. And then, once he takes the mask off, it'd probably be like, oh, okay.
Yeah, right.
All right.
Put it back on.
Oh, hey, Rocky. How you?
We're good.
Yeah, I don't know. I was like, ooh. Okay, so that's all I had to say. Other than the match was really good. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was too short. I think it could have gone a little longer, but I knew that the main event was just frothing at the bit to get out of that on that thing. So, but yeah, I enjoyed it. I thought Rocky Romero, yeah, he needs to never change. I mean, honestly, good God, there's never been a wrestler that I both hate and love all at the same time.
The same time. He knows his role wherever he goes, especially here in CMLL.
And he's consistent, which is what I like about him.
Yes.
It's not like he's not flippant at all. It's very much, what you get with Rocky. I mean, and sure enough, he delivers every single time. And I love that about him.
Yeah. Even in this, he's in the later game of his career, right? So he knows what he can do and still get away with it, But then Los Bolanos, I thought it was really great, man. Like, to be fair, like I only saw the first match I saw was back on like ROH a couple weeks ago, and but I do remember Bolanos 2 and Bolanos 3, so I was like, oh, this works. But speaking of other numbers, we got Black Tiger 4 and Black Tiger 9 over here. Like formerly known as Magnus, right? Or Magnus.
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah, Magnus got the blessing to take the Black Tiger moniker.
Well, that rules, man. Like, you know, it's one of those things that just keep going and going and going, you know. I thought Los Villanos had like some really great double teams. And I like the what is it? The Rocky slide, like the soccer slide that Rocky does. And then Black Tiger 9 comes up and does a double biceps right behind him. So great. Once again, never change, Rocky. Never change.
100%.
Hell of a gem, man. And it's not a surprise that, you know, he is in the office in New Japan, in the office in AEW, and a liaison to CMLL. So it's not a surprise.
He is literally bridging the gap between all these promotions, and that's why we get the Grand Prix like we do every year, at least for the last 3 years we've been covering it. Well, speaking of which, though, of course, this match was fun, but y'all already know. Just let this picture sit right here, because this is an insane amount of talent in this ring. So, main event time, the 2026 CMLL Men's Grand Prix. This year, they upped the ante because instead of a 10-on-10, they decided to do an 11-on-11. So there are 22 dudes in this match, all ranging from different cuts of meat, and us drooling over because, anywho. But no, in all seriousness, no. Listen, we like to ogle our peoples, but this is an immense amount of talent in this ring. So, before we get into it, 11-on-11, Team Mexico versus Team World. Representing Team Mexico, of course, we have our team captain, Místico, and on Team Mexico this year is Máscara Dorada, Volador Jr., Soberano Jr., who we're going to talk about in a little bit, because I made the mistake of wearing headphones for this match, and I had to turn it down, but we're going to talk about that in a little bit. Ultimo Guerrero, Shelhua, Angel de Oro, Barbaro Cavernario, Titan, Hechicero, and Papa Osa's baby daddy over here, Templario. So I was just...
Who secretly hopes he gets to see what he looks like under that mask soon.
We love to see it. And then representing Team World, the team captain is Bandido, and rounding out the rest of his team, of course, you have a bunch of... From AEW, you have Claudio Castagnoli, Orange Cassidy, Pac, Roderick Strong. Then rounding out the rest of the world, you have from MLW, you have Austin Aries. Representing New Japan, you have Mr. Takahashi over here. And Doki, which is... I love Doki anytime he comes to CMLL. Representing Ring of Honor, you have Vanilla Baby himself, Blake Christian. Rev Pro UK's Leon Cage. And then rounding out is Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling's Rohan Raja. There's a lot to go through, so I get my notes ready, right? So, before we get into the actual match itself, Papo Oso, you and I talk about this every time we get the men's or the women's Grand Prix, but the beginning with everyone coming in, and then we have the Mexican National Guard with the whole pomps and circumstances of it all. I never get tired of all of that. They really treat it like this Grand Prix. They always treat it like a big, actual, like big time, like a sporting event, like it's the World Cup, which technically it is for CMLL. But the presentation is all... is always fantastic to watch.
It is so, yeah, and it's very moving. You know, I'm not a Mexican national, but it makes me want to be one. You know, because it's so and this is what I think. And again, and this is just me, my opinion. You know me, but I think this is what's missing from like American style wrestling. It's this idea of tradition and honor, and you know that you treat this event, not even but like wrestling, as sacred. You know, because it's very traditional, it's very generational. You know, it's passed down. It's, you know, and you're proud to take it on. You know, and when that line ends, someone else is like, I would be honored to take on that moniker, and then it's me and my children passing it down, and it's just so incredible. So whenever the Grand Prix happens, and this, I mean, it is moving. Just all of this, and it's not, and at least I don't feel that it's just for show. I mean, I feel that it is like, we are proud of this. This is our World Cup, you know, our Super Bowl, our whatever you want to call it. And I just, and it pulls me in. It gets me caught up in it every single time.
The pageantry of CMLL has something that we've always discussed about how the presentation and the pageantry of it all is just, it's beautiful. And again, the fact that this is a regular occurrence for that Arena Mexico crowd every Friday is just like, I really need us to plan a trip so we can at least experience it live in person, like at least one of these times in our lives, but who knows. But Benny, I want to get to your thoughts about this too, of before we even get into the match, just the opening ceremony with the introductions, the Mexican National Guard, the Mexican National Anthem, all that good stuff. And just any additional thoughts you have on that?
Yeah, I thought it was really neat. I really like the individual entrances. Like, even though like they're still on a team, so like I didn't notice that, like, because the way that they were shooting it, I didn't notice that like everybody was like lining up like a sports team, and I thought that was really really neat. Like with the two captains and everything, like, and I was also like taken aback a little bit by the ceremony and stuff like that, because I'm like, man, why does wrestling have to be so hated in the States? Like, God damn it, we could have. Why can't we have nice things? Well, why can't we have a culture?
Right. And I feel like Papo Noso and I have talked about this on multiple occasions, but like, and Benny, you and I have kind of talked about this too, and me and you are gonna talk about it tomorrow, even when we talk about, you know, Grand Slam Mexico. I feel that the internet, like anytime we see international wrestling, like wherever it is in the world, whether it's Mexico, the UK, Germany, you know, Japan, all that stuff, I feel that the tradition of like what wrestling is, like, and to use what Papa also was saying earlier too, there's a sense of honor and tradition and culture that's steeped into it, and like they treat wrestling as this sacred sport, so it's just like making people, you know, feel something, that emotion, and to be drawn into it. And I feel that we get those moments sometimes when we, you know, here on the stateside, but I feel like American wrestling is more entertainment driven than it is like of the actual sports first. Like there's a reason why it's called sports entertainment here in the States when it comes to wrestling from time to time. But
yeah, definitely.
Mhm.
And like that's one thing I love about like watching different wrestling from all over the globe, you know, because in Japan it's part of the culture, in Mexico it's part of the culture, so like it's really interesting, you know. And then like, you know, over in Britain, like they got their own style, even though British style really doesn't exist anymore. But
Mhm.
I digress.
It's all good. And yeah, especially in Mexico, man, like how we have a celebrity culture here in the United States. And we all know this. Those luchadors down and luchadoras down in Mexico's, those are the celebrities, which is insane. But yeah, the entry, like the beginning portion before the match itself, is always beautiful. All right, now let's get into the meat potatoes because we had like 5 different referees. Shout out to Aubrey Edwards, our referee from AEW. She was given the distinct honor to be the main referee inside the ring for this one. Homegirl, you survived 73 minutes because this was a long match. This was a long one. So 11 on 11. The way that this always works every single year in terms of the format, we get the face-offs between people, then we have a little break, and then this is where we start to get it into eliminations. So I'm gonna start things off. I have it all down. So we had a little bit of some shoving and pushing after before the match even began and before the uniforms got taken off. So we're gonna talk about but then we get into it. So in the first half, before eliminations began, we had face-offs. So we had Leon Cage and Templario starting us off. So Templario leading the charge for Team Mexico and Leon Cage starting off for Team World. And then we just kept going into it because then we had Volador Jr. and Yujiro Takahashi after that. Then Rohan Raja and Barbaro Cavernario. Then we had Roderick Strong and Soberano Jr. And I'm going to put a pause in this because, again, I was wearing headphones and that was the worst idea that I had. Because as soon as Soberano Jr. entered that match, you heard women and men screaming and you heard them underwear and panties be dropping. I was just like,
it was like instant pregnancies happening.
Exactly. So Soberano Jr. is such an interesting character and just such an interesting wrestler. I was just like, the women and men, they love him, man. I was just like, he there's a reason he is called the Novio of CMLL, man.
Hot take. I don't think he's that attractive, but I think he's a good-looking guy. But
it always be the muscly, oiled up, pretty boys that get all the attention. I was just like, that's cute.
Give me a nice, bulky tattoo.
I'm gonna look over here at all the beefy people. I'll be like, well, hello.
Exactly. I'm like, why do you want that lean grizzle when you can have beef?
But anyway, I do appreciate Soberano Jr. though, because I love his fashion choices anytime he comes out to wrestle. For sure.
Love his shit.
Like when he came out with the sombrero, I was like, oh, that's a cute sombrero. And then I looked at the detail. I'm like, are those hearts on the brim of this bitch? I was like, where did you get that made? And where can I get one? But then after that, then it's Orange Cassidy and Angel de Oro. Doki and Shelhua probably had my favorite sequence because they just kept it moving. I was like, Best of the Super Juniors, part 2. Let's go. Then Claudio Castagnoli and Ultimo Guerrero was also a fun little back and forth too, because Ultimo and Claudio have history. Austin Aries and Hechicero. Blake Christian and Titan needs to be a match that needs to happen and give them 20 minutes because that was not enough time for me. I need more because Blake Christian and Titan really worked well together. Then, of course, Bandido and Máscara Dorada. This crowd was having a really hard time wanting to cheer Bandido, but Bandido did his job later to make them boo him because how can you not love our wrestling Jeff the Shark, man? Seriously. Anyways. And then to round everything out, we have Pac and Místico. Pac being the absolute douche nozzle that he is, playing into the soccer culture as he took off his jacket, revealing the England jersey, whom England knocked out Mexico in the World Cup this year. I was like, Pac, never change, you bastard.
Bastard.
So, exactly. So once Místico got, did the tope through the ropes onto Pac, then we have our obligatory, everybody just be fighting. Everybody brawled on the mat. We had to have all the rest start pulling people off. So I this first half was like a good 45 minutes, y'all. So I don't know. I don't know if y'all want to have quick thoughts about this before we start getting into the eliminations and talking about the actual last half of this match, but going
I
once,
mean,
going twice.
I think it's always been the beginning of the Grand Prix has always been sort of like, here, we're going to do these little showcases of each of our wrestlers so you can see who they are and what they're capable of. I get it. It's like little snapshots, and it's like, okay, and it kind of gets the crowd worked up, and because you're trying to get the crowd to kind of be one side or the other. So, and it's always like, oh, okay. So I watch. I don't watch it very closely, unless it's like Templario and Máscara Dorada, who I love, and Hechicero, of course, who is my ultimate bad guy, and I love him. But for the most part, the beginning is very much like, oh, okay, yeah, it's like, here, this is who I am. Look what I can do. Okay. It's not until it gets into the elimination that it starts to get really, really awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I mean, overall, I enjoy it. I mean, it's one of those where I can kind of relax and chill and go, oh, okay. Especially if I don't know any of the world wrestlers, I can kind of see who they are and what their style is. And it's like, okay. So then I kind of, that's it for me. And then it's like, okay, now we're getting into good stuff. The elimination rounds.
Yeah, I also like because this is my first Grand Prix, I recognized pretty early on what was happening in the beginning half of this. Because I was I think it was like three segments in. I was like, oh, this is just a showcase. Okay. I can disassociate for a minute before everything gets happening,
Like make a sandwich, check an email, like all sorts of stuff. Yeah, so I mean, once the brawl happened and everyone's outside, then we get into the elimination. So we're just gonna go through this quickly. So there's always got to be somebody eliminated first, and this man's knees, I was worried for him when he started this, but Yujiro Takahashi gets eliminated first, so he gets to ice those knees. He gets eliminated by Templario. Then we get our second elimination of Rohan Raja thanks to Volador Jr., which then led into a really fun back and forth between Barbaro Cavernario and Orange Cassidy. Like Barbaro grabbed Orange's hands to do the Barbaro chest beating. Also, I'm going to take a minute really quickly. I know this is a sidebar, but I was just like, Ultimo Guerrero doing the Viking soccer chant in the middle of this match was insane work. I was laughing my ass off, and it was awesome. Anyways, let's continue. Speaking of Barbaro Cavernario, Orange was also like, the crowd was really hard of wanting to boo Orange Cassidy in this match, man. But Orange did his best. Barbaro Cavernario gets eliminated by Orange Cassidy. Then Leon Cage gets eliminated by Soberano Jr. Volador Jr. eliminated by Bandito. Templario, unfortunately, got eliminated by Roderick Strong. So Papa Oso was heartbroken and needed to take a moment to collect himself.
Yeah, and that really kind of pissed me off. I was
surprised to see Templario go out so early.
So quickly. I was too. I was very surprised by that. I mean, it is what it is, but I was just like, wait, what? I mean, especially who he was going up against. I was like, really?
Maybe he's gonna flight to catch back to MLW.
Maybe you're right. Maybe you're correct. He's like, I need to get out early because I got an early flight.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know. I was just like, God, that is weird. It was so quick, and I was just like, no, I wanted to see you fight a little bit more because there was a lot of folks in there I wanted to see him go up against, and I was just like, all right, whatever.
Yeah. So unfortunately, Templario got eliminated by Roderick, and then Blake Christian, who I actually kind of wanted to see him last a little bit longer, but it is what it is. He gets eliminated by Angel de Oro. Shelhua gets eliminated by Doki. Austin Aries gets eliminated by Místico. Hechicero gets revenge as he eliminates Roderick Strong. Then we start to whittle it down. Ethan gets eliminated by Claudio Castagnoli. And then this is where the shit hits the fan because Soberano Jr. and Bandito get themselves eliminated because them hoes were fighting. They ripped each other's mask off and they were fighting. And literally, I don't have the sound. I should, but I was like, the girls are fighting. I was just like, yo.
That was like, I was a little shocked by that. I mean, I'm not shocked that they were going at each other, but that
how hard they were going at it. I was like, oh, they actually might have real beef.
Yeah, that's what, because I was like, wait a minute, someone's about to start bleeding. I mean, it was like, it's what it felt like. I was just like, ooh, this is, ooh, what's going on here? Yeah, because at first I was like, yeah. Then I was like, oh, wait a minute. I think they're really fighting.
They were playing, yeah, because, well, I mean, regardless, whether it was real or not, they sold it because, like, after Aubrey ejected them, they kept fighting on the ramp, and it took security and the refs to get them apart. I was just like, this is insane.
I didn't know they had beef. Did they do we know
I think
that?
it was just, I honestly think it was for the Grand Prix, but I'm like, damn, y'all be fighting.
Yeah, seriously. I thought maybe somebody had done something wrong to the other one, and they were like, I'm going to whoop your ass here on national television. I don't know, but it felt personal.
Oh, it definitely did. Like, even I was like, oh, this just kicked up another level, you know? Like, because you can see, like there's different body language when people are actually pissed. You know, like, yeah, man, like, to be honest with you, like, I'm probably jumping the gun here, but like my MVP of this entire thing was Ultimo Guerrero. Just like,
oh my God,
Guerrero is just not doing shit. Like he's in the like he took one bump. Like,
well, that's Ultimo.
He was there to do the Viking. He was there to do the Viking chant.
Yeah,
God, he was so great.
And I get it, you know, like he's an older gentleman, but like, and work smarter, not harder. You know, that crowd.
That man is universally loved because remember, Betty, when we covered during the WrestleMania week when Ultimo and Blue Panther had their match, be like, this man is so loved. He don't have to work a day harder over his life because they threw money at him. They threw money. Yeah. I remember that very well. So. Again, Soberano and Bandito got themselves eliminated because they be fighting. And then this is where we get to the nitty-gritty because then with the speed, we picked up the pace. Doki gets eliminated by Máscara Dorada. Then Ultimo Guerrero gets eliminated by Claudio Castagnoli. Angel de Oro gets eliminated by Orange. Orange then gets eliminated by Hechicero. Máscara Dorada gets eliminated by Pac. And then, of course, going into the Death Riders playbook of tag team action, Claudio, with some help from Pac, eliminates Místico, which then turns it into a 2-on-1 situation for poor Hechicero. So Hechicero had to deal with the Death Riders, and so Pac gets eliminated by Hechicero, and after a little bit of a back and forth, Hechicero makes Claudio submit, which makes our winner of the 2026 CMLL Men's World Grand Prix in the Alchemist of CMLL, Hechicero. He gets one of these. Yes.
Hell yes. Hechicero is my badass boy, man. I was so excited that he was it. I was a little sweaty thinking that Claudio was going to win, and I was going to be very pissed.
And again.
Again. I know. I was very much, he cannot fucking win again. And then when Hechicero, oh yeah, oh my God, when he made him, I was like, hell yes. I was like, woo! I was screaming. I'm not gonna lie. I was screaming for my boy.
Yeah, same. To be honest with you, like, I know I watched it yesterday, but like, I was like, I love Hechicero, right? Like, pretty much since like the Danielson match, I've been like, oh, this is my guy. You know, like. Also, hubba hubba, like, you know, and
in the words of Trixie and Katya, this show is hi gay.
yeah, very much so. But hey, we like what we like, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I can understand why Claudio is not well liked, right? Because he's a foreign menace, you know, and
He's kind of a dick.
what what a dick! What an you know. He's so great though. Like the other day, we're probably gonna get to this tomorrow, but like on Collision, like he like cut a promo in Danish. Like it's just like I'm not even giving you guys anything. Like, oh man, what a jerk!
That's what I like about him. I like that he's a dick. I'm like, I mean, he's like the ultimate like smug bad dude. It's like, God, you're so fucking smug. I just want to like slap the shit out of you.
Yeah, exactly.
And not to go too much on a tangent, but like we talk about this all the time because some wrestlers don't want to be that, dick. They don't want to be that bad guy. But I was like, Claudio's like, yeah, I'll do it, and I'll do it great. And what? I'll take your lunch money too.
Yeah, right. Because he can actually beat you up. Like so.
Oh my goodness! But yeah, Echiseto was able to get the Death Riders out of there, last eliminating Pac, and then Claudio. Echiseto is the 2026 Men's Grand Prix winner. Streamers, celebration, confetti, loved it. Great night all around. Definitely a way send the crowd home happy with Team Mexico clutching the victory for the Men's Grand Prix this year. Also, really quickly, I forgot to mention this at the beginning of the show, but shout out to Carlos Cabrera for joining commentary for this episode as well. We love him. I love him dearly. So, but that is it, gents. The Men's Grand Prix is now in the books, and we just have to. Actually, we don't have to wait that long. We just got to get through September, and then. But also, your favorite month is coming back in October, because remember what month it is. So, Benny, really quickly, October is very special for us here at CMLL because October is nothing but Amazonas action. So, all of October, all the Friday shows is nothing but women's wrestling, and at the end of October, it leads into the Women's World Grand Prix. So, all of October, there's no men's matches on the Friday shows. There's nothing but women's matches.
And it's fucking awesome.
Yes.
Sounds awesome. Well, women's wrestling.
For reals.
Yeah,
Women's
with a company
all
that
day.
actually, supports their women wrestlers.
Clock it.
Huh. You mean if they make it a priority, the people will come?
Ooh.
Wow. What a
novel idea.
I always talk about the men versus the women in CMLL. I always talk about how the men's matches are very like dancey. They're very choreographed. They're very musical theater. And then the women's wrestling matches are like gladiator sports. I mean, they're brutal, and which is what I love about it. And these women wrestlers, man, they are held up high as the men, and some of them even higher. And it's so nice to see, because even in American wrestling, we have some incredible women wrestlers, but they are never given the opportunity to really, really shine, because they're always going to be secondary to the men's wrestlers. Always. and that's because it's a very American mentality. And I'm sorry, but I would watch WWE with all women. If they did no men's matches at all and it was just all the women, I'd be there for it. For sure. And a lot of other people would be too. And I think that a lot of the American companies they're losing out. I think if they, TNA does a pretty good job with their women. I haven't watched them in a while, but before I left, they did a pretty good job with their women's roster.
And then Benny and I can attest that the women's roster in AEW is really stacked, but the problem is that they don't get the time of day to do the stuff.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
That just drives me insane.
Yeah, they had a signed talent get a preloaded entrance tonight, so I can't even give her time to make her way to the ring. So,
Stat Daddy, you deserve better. Anyways, but yeah, that's October. I'm looking forward to the Women's World Grand Prix. It is going to be some good stuff. But like we always do here, before we sign off, let's preview this upcoming Friday's episode of Viernes Espectacular. So we are now back to our regular scheduled programming. The Grand Prix is in the books. So now we're back to the road to the 93rd Aniversario show happening, actually in about 5 weeks or so, because it happens over Mexican Independence Day weekend, which is going to be September 11th, I believe, or 18th, one of the two. Anyways, but on the August 14th edition of Viernes Espectacular, this is what we got going on. So opening up the show, of course, we have more we have more Escuela Boys action, as we have I give him such a hard time because of his look, but it is what it is. But we have Blue Shark, Tornado, and Pendulo taking on the team of Cerebro Negro Jr., Infarto, and Disturbio. So that should be a lot of fun. Then in our second match, we have tag team action, which we'll see Max Star and Futuro taking on the returning lovable Calaveras, so Calavera Jr. Uno and Calavera Jr. Dos. I'm like, oh boy, here we go. Then in Amazonas action, we are having the team of Tessa Blanchard and Miss Johnny Robbie. I love Johnny. She is great. Taking on the team of Persephone and my queen and muscle mommy herself, Miss Reina Isis. That's another team that I never knew I wanted until we got it, of Persephone and Reina Isis. And it's crazy because you have the 2025 and the 2026 Women's Grand Prix winners on one side too. So that's crazy. But then in our fourth match, we have a 3-on-3. Shelhua, Neon, and Brillante Jr. will be taking on the team of Utani, Guerrero, Maya Jr., and Mr. Cholita Eyebrows himself, El Cobarde, which is going to be fun. But then the final three matches, these are previews of what we're getting at the Aniversario in September. But we have Dragon Rojo Jr. versus Barbaro Cavernario, so Papa Oso, the feud that never ends with these two. But then the one where it's the pretty boys with the long hair, Star Jr. and Sandokan Jr. fighting each other out. I still can't get over how Star Jr. came in last week. Not even the match started, but pulled a whole promo before the match and be like, I need you to sign this contract because we are about to do an apuestas match and somebody's either losing their mask or their hair. And then in the main event, to get revenge for what happened a couple weeks ago, Místico will be taking on the ultimate Rudo in CMLL Averno. That should be a fun one. But yeah, that is it for our Los Lobos de la Lucha show. Of course, as always, Papa Oso, I appreciate you being here as always. And Betty, I appreciate you being here to do this crossover with the Grand Prix. So thanks. Ball is how I'll put it. Ball, and you are happy anytime to come back. Anytime we do a big special show again.
Or anytime at all. It doesn't have to be a special show.
What you doing next Wednesday? I'm just kidding. I don't want to overload your schedule, but you have an open invitation anytime if you want to join us on Wednesdays.
Well, thank you both very much. This was really fun. I got one question. Who was the guy in the last promo you were just doing, the last match card? Who's the guy with the Super Callow mask?
All right, so
the guy with the sunglasses, like on his mask.
Oh, the eye patch.
Oh, it's an eye patch. Okay, I'm only getting one side.
Yeah, so it's okay. So really quickly, so that's Zantokan Jr., and he's part of the faction in CMLL known as Galeon Fantasma. So him, Barbosa, Furio Roja Jr., and Difunto, they all dress like pirates.
That's amazing. I love wrestling. It's so silly.
Oh, they take it up the notch. They come out with the skull and bones flag, and then they'll use it as a weapon or like put it over their enemies. It's hilarious to watch.
It's so funny. And I'm going to reiterate that my God, Barbara Carbonario is looking fine as fuck.
He got that hair ready to go. He's shampooing, conditioning because he might lose his hair in September.
I was just like, God, he has just gotten. I don't know what it is, but I was just like, hello, sir. How are you?
He saw Apollo Malo Head and Shoulders commercial. It's like that.
I guess whatever it was, it's working for him.
I'm really excited. But yeah, like I said, Benny, you are more than welcome to be here on any given Wednesday if you want. Of course, not to overload your schedule. We'll talk afterwards. But yeah, this was a fun one. So we'll be back next Wednesday to cover another spectacular episode of CMLL. But as far as the rest of the week goes, we are not quite done with Mexico quite yet. Tomorrow evening, Benny and I will be here to talk about Grand Slam Mexico for AEW, as well as Collision as we started the Continental Cup, Cup proper. Friday we got TNA, and then Monday we take a charter flight over to Japan where we'll be talking about the G1 Climax. So I will say this tournament has been really good this year. Still sucks that we lost Shota Umino due to concussion protocol this year, but everybody else brought their A game, and we'll talk about that on Monday. But from all of us here at Los Lobos de la Lucha to you at home and the rest of the BC Wrestle Pod family, remember, take care of yourself, love one another, stay iconic, and more importantly than anything, you always deserve to finish your story. We'll catch you tomorrow for our AEW post show. But until then, sayonara, adios, and until next time, peace.